Good morning. So this reading is going to be for Wednesday, January 8th, if I can get the cards off the table. So what I'm going to do is pull a little bit about our past. I'm getting the word awakening. So there's something happening here. That is a card that feels like it needs to be off to the side. Tell me about current energy. Speaking truth. I'm getting kind of random phrases right now. Okay. Whew, I'll tell you what, that devil wants to pull us all back in, doesn't it? Oh, okay, so we'll talk about that in a second. Looking at the bottom of the deck here, I am getting the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is all about being up in your head. Some people refer to it as kind of that lower level devil energy because you are up in your head. This is something that you can break yourself out of. Devil energy, similar energy where you're kind of feeling stuck, restrained in some sort of way. But this here, you're directly doing it to yourself with that Eight of Swords. I don't think it's necessarily that. I think that's part of it, you being stuck up in your head, but sometimes it's for a really good reason. Sometimes it's because you're trying to think something through, and the caution there is not to get so hung up inside your head that you're not actually living your life, that you're not having everything in this kind of mental reality that just is not reflected in the 3D here. So looking at past energy here, I'm getting the Seven of Swords. This is where I was getting the awakening. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Two of Cups. The card that came out over to the side is our good friend, the Tower. That's been showing up a lot. There's a couple of cards that are starting to now show up pretty repeatedly in readings. The Tower is one of them. The Devil is another one. But when I look at the past energy here, it feels like there was some sort of sudden shakeup. This feels like the awakening. As I'm touching the Seven of Swords and the Tower here, this is where I'm getting the awakening. A truth was revealed to you, showing you exactly, I'm getting a sense of the path forward, but the path forward was coming from the middle of your chest. And it was something where it felt like it wasn't coming from your mind and you weren't able to see it that way. It was coming from the center of your heart. And it feels like this is where it was coming out of. Because I'm getting a very strong pull here. And it feels almost like a pipe, almost like a pipeline to your future is coming out through your chest. So when I look at the current energy, I'm getting the Strength card. There's our friend the Devil showing up here. And we also have the Queen of Pentacles with the Five of Swords. So you're showing up as Queen energy in the reading. Male or female, it's just the energy of the cards. The Devil showing up here indicates that this is really connected to the full moon that we're about to have. So during this full moon, we'll have the sun in Capricorn and we'll have the moon in Cancer. And so it's highlighting a lot of, from a feeling standpoint, where you've been held back, any kind of limitations and restrictions related to, I'm trying to articulate this correctly, because you've been viewing things through one lens, and there's the way to view it mentally, but then there's this way to view it emotionally. And it feels like this is the awakening that's happening here. So where I'm picking up some sort of emotional awakening in the past, what it's showing you is where you're holding yourself back on an emotional level and where you've maybe held yourself back in the past. And it's giving you this opportunity to really free it. And this does feel like it's something that you're going to have to do. That Devil energy is a really strong energy. It wants to pull you back in. That's why it feels like you are going to need that strength to really kind of push through and release it. But with the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, it does look like this is possible. You are in this energy now of really trying to work on the release, because the release is not just at the exact moment that full moon occurs. It's the energy leading up to it. It's the kind of come down on the other side of it, where it's kind of that graph where you're building and then you're kind of declining on the other side. And that's what it feels like, that you are kind of on this building ramp where you're figuring out what exactly you need to do. What is exactly do you need to release during this full moon so that you can move forward with your life? And move forward you will. So future energy here, we have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. It may or may not be significant. We have Temperance, we have Capricorn, we have Leo energy. I like the fire showing up here because this does indicate that you're taking some sort of action. You're not just sitting back waiting for things to unfold. So when I look and I see Temperance with the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands, all the action that you're taking is to set yourself up for long-term happiness here. So that 10 of Pentacles is about you building some sort of future, some sort of life for yourself. That is one of the marriage cards in tarot. We do have the 4 of Wands also showing up as a marriage card in tarot. And so 2 of Cups showing up in the past, this could be connected to romance. Not everybody is interested in romance. I totally get that. But if that is your story and this is what you're moving towards, there is a lot of green lights coming your way. But if it's more of you're just trying to get yourself into a better, more balanced energy where you can focus on your emotional happiness here, really find reasons to celebrate as you kind of navigate this journey towards long-term happiness, long-term success here. That Temperance is all things in moderation. So let's get some additional details. Nope, let's see if we can get one card on the 7 of Swords. Okay, yeah. So here's the awakening. That 7 of Swords is being clarified by Temperance. Temperance is showing up in the past, is showing up in the future energy. This awakening was to show you all the ways that you weren't balanced, that internally, emotionally, you were in some sort of turmoil. You may not have even realized it, but this was meant to show you all the ways that things weren't balanced, that you had to find this kind of inner balance. With this Queen of Cups, I'm getting the 3 of Pentacles. And so this could be about building a relationship with another person, because that one's coming through pretty clearly here. But this also indicates you working on your own future here. In order to get to the 10 of Cups, you have to go through Ace, 2, 3, 4, all the way up into 10. And so there was this sudden awakening where maybe you kept plateauing. You were able to get things to a certain point and you weren't able to get it beyond there. And so this kind of the message here in the past was, okay, well, things here needed to change. That's where the Tower came into play, because there was something that you weren't going to be able to see on your own. The universe really did need to show you the way here. And I'm getting that activation in the center of my chest again. So there's something about this kind of, I think it's, I want to say it's your heart chakra, but it actually feels like it's your solar plexus too, that there's some sort of awakening. Things are starting to come back into alignment for you. I'm getting the 2 of Cups with the 5 of Cups. And so seeing things from a different perspective, focusing on or learning to focus on the positive instead of the negative in a situation is really going to open up doors for you. This is what the Tower was showing you in the past. Tell me about the Devil. Queen of Pentacles with the 5 of Swords here. Yeah, okay. I'm not surprised. And I'm getting this at the bottom of the deck. The High Priestess. This is connected to your awakening. And the awakening happens on many, many different levels here. And this is just one version of an awakening that you're going through. But with the Strength card and the Death, what I'm getting very strongly here is that you're creating your own destiny, that you are going to change your own circumstances. It just requires some effort and energy to put into it. With that Devil energy clarified by the Queen of Cups, this is what you're working on. You're working on releasing it. Absolutely. That is your kind of main message here during this full moon in the sign of Cancer. Clarifying the Queen of Pentacles with the 5 of Swords is the 6 of Cups. So that 6 of Cups, I mean, this is a card of nostalgia, but it's really about getting you back into a happier mindset, really opening you up to new possibilities, kind of remembering how happy you were before you kind of went through this muck, getting back to that energy. That's what that 6 of Cups is all about. Very interesting here. We're getting a lot of repeating cards. I had the Queen of Cups out here twice. I have Temperance out here twice. Clarifying Temperance is the world. The world is completion. This is the ultimate abundance, everything that you're trying to get out of a situation. You've gone as far as you can. And so the kind of inner balance that you're finding is really setting you up to gain everything that you could possibly gain from this experience. Whatever this new chapter is, it's setting you up for success. Maintaining that balance is going to be key, especially while we're going through this transition. With the Ten of Pentacles, I do have the Devil. The Devil is still showing up here because we haven't quite hit that full moon energy yet. So that'll be on the 13th in the Eastern time zone. Again, I don't remember the exact time off the top of my head, but I know it's on the 13th. And so it might be a different day depending on where in the world you are at the time that it occurs. But the Ten of Pentacles with the Devil energy, this is where you're breaking free. You might be breaking free of past relationships. You might be breaking free so that you can embrace a new relationship here. Regardless, your view on relationships, your role within a relationship, all of this is changing. All of this is changing in a way you're opening yourself up a lot more to the possibilities. You might have had a very rigid idea on what being in a relationship looked like and how things ought to play out. All of that is changing. Your entire perception of a relationship, and this could be any relationship in your life, your entire perception of gaining this long-term emotional happiness, fulfillment, the stability connected to it, because there's a lot of nurturing energy with that Pentacles. You're growing things out of the ground. All of the ways that you used to think about long-term, changing. It's all changing. All that long-term happiness, it's all changing. The Devil is going to try to pull you back in. You're going to have to fight it. But I see you fighting it. So I was getting it with the Strength card. I'm actually getting it with these two cards as well. So with the Four of Wands and the Nine of Cups, you're so future-oriented and really focused on your happiness here. You're not going to let any of the Devil energy pull you back in. You're going to find a way to release the old patterns and cycles. Now, it is going to take, I'm getting 6 months for you to fully release all of these old cycles. The lesson here now is focusing on recognizing them, seeing them for what they are. It might take a little bit of time, that 6 months time period, to really fully release it, but you're going to do a lot of it now. There's going to be a lot of disconnecting that is going to take place. The big work is going to happen up front, and then it's going to be a little bit more over time. It's going to become that kind of less and less over time, over that 6 months period, until, let's say, it's probably going to be late June or July when you take a look back at the situation and you recognize just how far you've come, because everything is going to be very different by the time that we get to the Capricorn full moon over the summer. So this is the reading for Wednesday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.